Hi guys. Okay, so I apologize for yesterday's video, I guess. Um, well, in the sense that I apologize for it having seemed a little depressing or whatever. Um, I think part of the reason why it may have seemed a little depressing, or at least a little like not me, is partly because when sometimes I get a little weird. I mean, I know we all have our days where we're just not fully ourselves. But the thing is, about maybe 5, 6 years ago, I ended up having like getting depressed, and at the time, I didn't exactly know that I was clinically depressed, I guess. But because I was basically under, at the time when I was getting all bleh, I was basically under a lot of stress and all that. My parents, I guess I felt kind of overwhelmed because I didn't have a job. I'd been out of school for a couple of years, or at least out of college for a couple of years. And my parents were, I guess, just doing what parents can sometimes do. They basically wanted the best for me, and they still do. However, at the time, I just felt overwhelmed and didn't necessarily know how to handle it. So, in about February of 2011, it just got so bad that I ended up cutting, or at least starting to cut. And that is a very bad coping mechanism for stress. It is very unhealthy, and I still have the scars from it. And basically, at the time, I was basically like feeling worthless, not good enough. And that lasted for like a couple of months or so. But then after a while, I kind of realized, hey, I need help. And I told my mom that. And I mean, I think even she had noticed that I wasn't really myself. Because before, before then, I was basically, your generic happy person in the sense of I used to smile fairly regularly and I was in a pretty upbeat mood at least 90% of the time. But then I ended up basically not wanting to do anything, just was getting pretty stressed out and just quiet, or at least quieter than normal, because I'm a fairly quiet person half the time. And I ended up starting to like eat a lot and sleep like in excessive amounts. And it got bad. So when I finally realized I needed help, I told my mom, and I was like, and I was just her and I were getting into arguments, I guess, a little more often than we normally would. But when I finally told her that I think or that I thought we should probably see a therapist or at least get help, she was, I think, supportive of that. And she was like, yeah, we probably should. So I went to a couple of different therapists. And I guess in a way it kind of helped a little bit, but I didn't feel like I could open up to them as much as I probably could have. But then I guess the third one that I went to, that's when I guess I was clinically, or I was diagnosed with depression. And I was put on meds for it. And I think I was on them for about a year. I'm finally off. I'm off them now, which is great because I mean, you know, I don't want to rely on medication for however long, except for the only meds that I officially take are like ADD meds, which I am actually legally prescribed to take. And no, before anybody asks, no, I am not dealing out my medication because I am the only one that is allowed to take them. So, anyway, when I was on the depression meds, I got better. I am not taking them anymore. I guess I'm 90% better, 95% better. I mean, I still have my bad days, but I mean, I haven't had any issues after that. And that is a good thing. And I mean, okay, yes, there are moments when I just get really stressed out and kind of just some days I just want to curl up into a ball under the covers and cry. And sometimes it gets to the point where I'm just like, okay, I want to cut, but I can't because I'm scared that if I do, then I'm just gonna start back up in that cycle of cutting, and it's not gonna be pretty. So I think that's partly why that video from yesterday was kind of depressing, sad, whatever you want to call it. I was just kind of feeling kind of yeah, and I didn't want to do anything really. And I was just like, why? Just why? You know, negative things. So, yeah, I guess that's just a little history of me. Now, I'm not going to say that all of my videos are going to be happy-go-lucky or all depressing. Because, I mean, everybody has those days. I will say maybe about 75 to 90% of my videos will probably be of me in a fairly good, happy mood. But there may be one or two where I'm just like, ugh, I feel like crap. So that is, yeah, I apologize. And again, I know I keep apologizing, but that video was not a very good, happy video for me, which is fine. Anyway, on a slightly better note, I guess, if you are having a bad day, just remember, people love you. You are an amazing person, and I'm not just saying that just to say it. I may not know all of the viewers, and I may not know every single one of you personally, but just remember, you are amazing and great, and you can do really good things if you just put your mind to it and don't let anybody get you down. This is coming from somebody who has known what depression feels like and would not wish this on anybody. You are loved. And I hope anybody who is dealing with depression can take this message and know that somebody out there knows what it feels like and cares. I hope this message gets to everybody that it needs to. I love you guys, and I will see you all later. Adieu.